One of the few things I learned during this last year in college was that, despite what my kindergarten teacher told me, I'm not all that special. So imagine my surprise when I found out that one of my friends in my English class ran a YouTube channel called DT Cars where he reviews cars that are somehow worth more than my student debt. In fact, he figured out I had a YouTube first, and then asked me for tips on how to grow his channel. After suggesting he spam the community tab like I did to abuse the algorithm, I then proceeded to do the exact opposite of helping him, and informed every single one of our mutual friends that he was, in fact, the world famous DT Cars. I dropped his channel in every group chat that I was in, including the whole school one. In fact, the more acute viewers Among Us, Sussy down bad, Sussy! How'd you get in here? Get out! I'll milk you for content later. Anyway, the more acute viewers among you would have noticed that I'm even including his YouTube in my video descriptions now. But even after doing all of this, I didn't think I was doing enough to spread the good word of DT Cars. So I started to get more creative. Every time it snowed, in addition to drawing some eggplant emojis with friends, I would go out myself and trample the snow in the center of campus so that it said, "Sub to DT Cars." Similar messages soon started appearing all over our dorms, on the unfinished concrete walls, strips of 0.5 ply toilet paper, the mirrors, the outside seating, the cracked concrete pillars that were supposed to be holding the building up, and even on the side of the non-functional blue light station where someone tried to advertise their bid for student council. I even spread the good word during my poetry presentation, where I accidentally showed every single one of his videos and Instagram posts, as well as a fanfiction I was writing. Don't look that up. One occasion from these early days stands out, however. When the elevator for our 16-floor tall dorm broke for the 5th time in a month, I decided to take matters into my own hands. I scrawled the now infamous message on the work order that facetiously apologized for the inconvenience, and within the hour, the elevator was back working. Now, even though I'm a filthy YouTuber who milks every aspect of my miserable life for content, I have to admit that happening one time could have been a coincidence. But when it happened 2 more times, I started to believe. Somehow this one phrase sped up elevator repairs, which usually took days, and made them occur in a matter of a couple hours. On one occasion, both elevators for the 16 floors broke, and I, being a man of science, only scribbled sub to DT Cars on one of them. And lo and behold, when I came back from lunch, only that elevator was working. It was as if this simple phrase was actually an incantation for good luck. So I tried it out on physics. I had an unfinished derivation on a homework, but after scrolling sub to DT Cars at the bottom of the last page, I received this back. No way. Absolutely no way. This was beyond strange. But there was still a chance that this was all just one big coincidence. I needed more evidence. My next opportunity came when I went to do laundry later that week. Someone had stuck up a flyer in the laundry room for their club, advertising free boba tea for joining it. I absent-mindedly scribbled sub to DT Cars on it in bright red Sharpie. Not thinking much of it, I went back to my gulag cell to study. The next day, however, when I went to go over the chemistry homework with a friend, she offered me a boba tea. Apparently she made an extra drink at work and, as it wasn't policy to just give drinks away, she saved it for me. There's no way! What was this power I discovered? What supernatural entity was I unleashing by uttering this miracle-working phrase? Could I use this to finally turn my luck around? But as my inner machinations ran wild, I failed to remember Uncle Ben's advice. With great power comes great responsibility. So instead of using it sparingly, I started to abuse the magic stored within, coaxing the demons to help me with more and more trivial matters. Eventually, I came across the remains of a bamboo art exhibition on campus and took the plunge into sacrilege. Thinking I'd use the dismantled materials for something actually useful, I arranged the stalks into the shape of DT Cars and immediately felt the power surging through me. Or maybe that was the 5 scoops of pre-workout. Either way, I knew that something big was going to come up, and in that respect, I was right. Nothing happened for a few days, but then it all crumbled around me. Not only did I get rejected from both of my summer internships and receive a 58% on my chem midterm, but more importantly, my April Fool's video that I uploaded at 6:09 in the morning became the worst performing video in the history of this channel. Ever since, I've used this magic sparingly, only inscribing this powerful phrase to honor whatever dark gods it calls upon to work their cursed magic. Even now, I feel the repercussions of my transgressions looking at my completely dead channel. That's definitely the result of supernatural forces and not my bad content / inconsistent upload schedule. But I think the time has finally come again. I've absolved my sins through my penance, and I'm ready to embrace the magic once more. So I cautiously remind you to like, subscribe, check out the socials, but most importantly, sub to DT Cars. Hello?
Hi, is this Storytime with Jeff?
Yeah, wait, how'd you know my YouTube name?
Congratulations, Storytime. You won $13.5 million Mega Millions jackpot.
What the fuck?